Stuck trying to figure out the right credit cards? Picking the wrong ones can cost you thousands. So today, I'm ranking 15 of mine, from the ones I still use frequently to the ones I barely touch. But this list isn't just about perks, it's about what actually matters. Approval odds, high limits, fees, reward points, and the lender relationship. I'm going to score each card by category, then group them by tier based on the overall score. S tier is the best, followed by A tier, B, C, down to the D tier. And one of the most popular cards doesn't rank where you'd expect it. But let's start with my first credit card ever. The Discover It Chrome card. This was my very first credit card that I got in college. And it started me with just a $500 limit that did get me through some tough times on campus. You don't need excellent credit to get approved, and it doesn't have an annual fee. I've actually had this card for almost 20 years, but the limit is still one of my lowest, even after a few increases over time. You do get 2% back at gas stations and restaurants, and 1% back on everything else. But the Discover Rewards program is pretty mid, and I haven't experienced any real benefits within the Discover ecosystem, despite all the years I've been with them. So to score this card, I would give the approval odds a 5, for credit limits a 1, fees, they do get a 5, the rewards program a 1, and a relationship a 1, for a total of 13 out of 25 possible points. I keep this card open solely for the age, which does have a positive effect on my credit profile, but I hardly ever use it except for a few recurring bills just to keep it active. So the Discover Chrome card ranks in the D tier. Next is the Capital One Quicksilver card. The Quicksilver card was my second credit card and my first one with Capital One. I was still in the 600s when I got approved, but Capital One has been stingy with the credit limit. There's no annual fee on this card, and it'll earn you 1.5% cash back on all purchases. Although it doesn't directly earn you rewards points, it does provide access to the Capital One travel portal, which I've booked a few trips through. It is an okay starter card, but there's far more value out there. So for scoring, I would give approval odds a 5, credit limits a 2, for fees it does get a 5, the rewards program a 3, and the overall relationship a 1. With an overall score of 16, I put the Quicksilver card in the D tier. My next card was the Navy Fed Amex Rewards. And if you didn't know, I love Navy Fed. I call them the House of High Limits, and they're one of the best relationship banks out there. I was still in the 600s when I got this card, but I got a credit limit of nearly $10,000, which ultimately helped me get my score to about the 700s. There's no annual fee, and the only downside with this card is that the Navy Fed's reward portal is kind of mid. So for approval odds, I'll give this card a 4, credit limits definitely a 5, fees a 5, and the rewards program gets a 1, while the relationship gets a 4. So with a score of 19, the Navy Fed Amex More Rewards card ranks in the B tier. My next card was also from Navy Fed, but it was my first business credit card. That's the Go Biz Rewards card. Having personal and business accounts at Navy Fed, plus a personal credit card, really helped when it came to getting approved for this one. But besides the credit limit, this card is pretty basic. It gives you 1x points on all your purchases, and although there's no annual fee, it's not enough to rank this card alongside some of the higher value business credit cards that I come to hold today. So for approval odds, I give the Go Biz a 4. Credit limits, they get a 5. Fees, they also get a 4, while the rewards program is a 1 and the relationship is a 1. Scoring a 15, the Go Biz card ranks in the C tier. My second business card was the Amex Blue Business Plus. This was my introduction to the American Express ecosystem. They started me with a $2,000 credit limit, but I was able to get that to over $30,000 in just 1 year. The intro bonus isn't crazy, and you earn 2x points on all purchases up to $50K annually. The Blue Business Plus doesn't have an annual fee, but I think one of its best features is that it offers a 12-month 0% interest period. This can be very powerful if you're just starting or trying to grow your business. So for scoring, I will give approval odds a 3, credit limits a 3, fees a 5, the rewards program definitely a 5, and the relationship a 4. And with 20 points, I ranked the Amex Blue Business Plus in the B tier. My next card was a return to the personal side, the X1 Visa card. And I can't lie, I got caught up in the hype when I first applied for this card. It looks cool, it's metal, and when it first came out, you actually had to be invited to even apply for the card. And yeah, all of that means nothing now. They did promise a higher than normal credit limit, but mine has been at 5K since first being approved. You do get 2x points on every dollar spent, and there's no annual fee. However, they don't have many travel partners and are still looking to expand their rewards portal. So for scoring, approval odds, I'll give the X1 a 3, credit limits a 3, fees they get a 4, and the rewards program gets a 1, and the relationship gets a 1. Overall, the X1 card scores a 12, and I rank it in the D tier. This next card might get me canceled, but it is what it is. It's my American Express Platinum card. I got it back in 2021 after I took a trip with a few friends and experienced the Amex Centurion Lounge for the first time. Although Amex raised the annual fee from $550 to $695, it is still my main travel card. And it goes beyond just the Centurion Lounge. You also get access to over 1,300 other lounges with Priority Pass and automatic gold status at Marriott and Hilton hotels. And the Amex Rewards Portal is one of the best, allowing you to transfer points directly to many airline and other hotel programs. This card is a travel hacking beast. So to score, approval odds, I give it a 2. Credit limits, a 5. Fees, I give it a 1. Rewards program, definitely a 5. And the relationship, a 5. And with 18 points, I rank the Amex Platinum card in the B tier. The high annual costs suck, but if you like to travel, you can easily make it worth it. The next card in my collection is the Truist Business Cash. Truist is a regional bank that is big on relationship building. I got approved for $25K, and the card offers 9 months interest-free period. I used this card to scale up my Toro business by buying cars at the auction and then paying them off before the interest-free period was over. For rewards, you do earn 3% cash back on gas and 2% at restaurants, which it did work well for me while I ran a car rental business, but there are no additional rewards and the intro bonus was just okay. It's a $300 bonus after $3K in spend in the first 90 days. So for approval odds, the Truist Business Cash gets a 4, credit limit a 4, fees also a 4, the rewards program is a 1, but the relationship is a 4. Scoring a 17 overall lands the Truist Business Cash card in the C tier. It's not the best rewards card, but a decent starting card for entrepreneurs new to business credit. Next up, we have the Bank of America Business Advantage Unlimited Cash Rewards card. I decided to apply for this card because I already had a few BOA business products, specifically the Business Advantage Auto Loan, which I use to purchase cars in my business name for my Toro business. But sadly, this card fell way short of expectations. I started with a pretty low credit limit, and you only earn 1.5% cash back on all purchases, which I already had cards like the Amex Blue Plus that clearly topped that number. Their online interface also could use some updating. So for scoring and approval odds, I would give it a 3, credit limits a 2, fees a 4, the rewards program gets a 1, and the relationship overall is a 3. So with a score of 13, it lands the BOA Unlimited card in the D tier. Having it might help you gain access to other BOA products, but there are far better business cards out there for sure. The next card in my collection is the Amex Business Gold card. I got this card to pair with my Amex Platinum. For points, it offers you 4x on your 2 highest categories of spend between dining, gas, and advertising. Cashing in on an intro bonus also helped me pay for my trip to Bali. That was lit. But like the Platinum card, Amex has increased the annual fee on this card as well. It recently went from $295 to $375. After good usage, I was able to get the spending power of this card up to $50K, but it's a charge card, which means the balance is due in full each month. I actually don't use this card as much anymore like I used to, and I may decide to cancel it soon. For scoring, when it comes to the Amex Business Gold, I would give its approval odds a 2, credit limits a 4, fees a 2, the rewards program still gets a 5, and the relationship a 3. So coming in with a score of 16, I rank the Amex Business Gold card in the C tier. Next up is my Capital on Tap business card. Capital on Tap is a fintech company. So instead of using your credit score, they do a soft pull and use your business data to determine your approval odds. It's a pretty straightforward card. There's no reward points, but you do get 1.5% cash back on all purchases, which goes up to 2% if you enable weekly auto pay. There's no annual fee, and they do give decent credit limits. So for scoring, the Capital on Tap card earns a 5 in approval odds, 4 when it comes to credit limits, for fees a 5, the rewards program 2, and a relationship a 2. The Capital on Tap card gets a score of 18, and I put it in the B tier. Honestly, I think it's a must-have for business owners who don't have the best personal credit. Next, we have my Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card. This was my first Chase card, and they started me with a $25,000 credit limit. It also comes with a 12-month 0% interest-free period, and I'm a big fan of interest-free periods when it comes to any business card. I was able to use this feature to go out and purchase another car for my Toro fleet. The Unlimited Inc. is a cash back card, giving you 1.5% back on all purchases, and each dollar of cash back equals 100 rewards points. And the Chase Rewards Portal is definitely one of the best out there. There's no annual fee on this card, and it usually has an intro bonus of close to $1,000. It's also a great complement to one of the next cards we'll discuss later in the video. So for the Inc. Unlimited, approval odds, I give it a 3, Credit limits, I'll give it a 4. The fees are a 5. The rewards program, definitely a 5. And the relationship gets a 4. The Ink Business Unlimited card scores a 21 and is the first card that goes on the A tier for me. The next card in my collection is definitely one of my recent favorites. It's the Bilt MasterCard. The Bilt card allows you to earn 1 point per dollar spent on rent payments up to $100K annually. That's fire. If you pay rent, this card is a no-brainer and an easy way to rack up points for your biggest monthly expense. You have to do 5 transactions on it monthly to keep the points you earn, but besides rent, this is definitely still one of my everyday cards. Bilt has one of, if not the best rewards portals on the market right now. They have a huge list of transfer partners and add new benefits monthly, including private events and exclusive offers for card holders only. The Bilt card also doesn't have an annual fee, and they started me with a 5-figure credit limit. The only drawback I say of the Bilt card is that it doesn't offer an intro bonus. But when it comes to scoring, approval odds, I give the Bilt card a 3, credit limits a 4, fees they get a 5, the rewards program they get a 5, and for relationship they get a 5. So with a score of 22, the Bilt card is the first that lands in the S tier. Some might say I'm glazing the Bilt card a little bit, but hey, it is what it is. My most recent personal credit card has been the Capital One Venture X. I added this card to my collection mainly because I wanted another premium travel card besides my Amex Platinum. My Venture X does have one of the highest credit limits of all my cards. It came with a 75,000 point intro bonus after 4K spend in the first 3 months, and there is a $395 annual fee, but you get a $300 annual travel credit for holding a card, and there are many benefits that can make it worth it. I've already redeemed points from this card to travel, including a recent St. trip to St. Martin. So overall, for scoring, I would give the Venture X an approval odd score of 3. Credit limits, it gets a 5. Fees, it gets a 3. Rewards program, a 5. And the relationship, a 4. The Venture X card scores a 20, and for me, lands in the A tier. With access to Capital One lounges and Priority Pass, it's a great alternative to the Amex Platinum if you don't want to spend $700 for a credit card. This brings us to the newest addition to my credit card collection, and that is the Chase Ink Business Preferred card. I actually discussed the process of getting this card in this video right here, but the main reason I got it was to pair with the Business Ink Unlimited card that we discussed previously. The Ink Business Unlimited allows you to use your points within the Chase portal, but the Preferred takes points transfer to the next level. It allows you to send your points outside of the portal directly to other travel programs. The Ink Business Preferred does have a $95 annual fee, but it usually comes with an introductory bonus of somewhere around 90,000 points, which I can redeem for thousands of dollars in travel. It also earns 3x points on categories including ads, internet, and phone services, as well as shipping. When it comes to scoring, the Business Preferred, for approval odds, I would give it a 2. Credit limits, a 3. Fees, it would get a 3. The rewards program, because it's Chase, a 5. And the relationship, a 5. The Business Preferred scores an 18 overall, and for me, lands in the B tier. It's not the first Chase business card I would get, but it's an excellent complimentary card as you grow your relationship with them. Now that you've seen my personal credit lineup, here are 3 takeaways to help you build yours without wasting money on unnecessary fees and trash cards. Number 1, pick cards with a purpose. Not every card is an everyday carry, but it should make sense while you have it. Number 2, rewards points and multipliers don't matter if the transfer portal sucks. There are only 4 that matter: Bilt, Amex, Chase, and Capital One. And number 3, business credit cards earn points, but ultimately, they're there to grow your business. Getting approved, high limits, and 0% interest matter the most if you're just getting started. And if you're still here, it's for a reason. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video. That way, you'll know every time I drop more content to help you secure this bag. I'm just saying, we locked in now. And if you're an entrepreneur and still looking to obtain more business credit, make sure you watch this video next, where I'll show you the exact blueprint to secure more than $100,000 in business funding in less than 30 days. Let's get it.